And I said, you know, I'm ready to accept, and so we just, you know, got to get the paperwork in order and all that. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity and really serving the community in a different capacity than I have before.
Joel Benz, current Allen County Council member, says it's not official, you heard him there, but barring paperwork and formalities, he's looking to accept the position of Executive Director for Three Rivers Ambulance Authority. Good evening, I'm Chris Maludi. Thanks for joining us. Joel Benz is right now the District 3 representative on the Allen County Council, but the part-time EMT says he's ready to take the task of Executive Director for TRAA. The Three Rivers Ambulance Authority Board voting this afternoon to offer Benz the position. It comes weeks after Gary Bohr announced he's moving his retirement up to October 1st, and EMS Union President Ian Case announcing his resignation. Fox 55's Kelsey Mannix was at tonight's board meeting and spoke with Benz, and she's live in our studio tonight. Kelsey, how did the search committee choose Benz?
Chris, the Executive Director Subcommittee started with a nationwide search of about 20 candidates. They then narrowed that down to 3, one of whom was Benz. During the board meeting tonight, they said he was a top candidate from the start, and he hopes to put TRAA on track for success. The TRAA Board wasn't expecting to make a choice for its new executive director this soon.
We were hoping to have someone in the position really in November to work with Mr. Bohr until his retirement. Obviously, that time frame was moved up, but we were still very far along in the process.
And Joel Benz was a front runner throughout the process. In addition to County Council, he's also a paramedic at TRAA. And board member Rachel Gwynn says Benz can handle the financial part of the job as well.
We're really fortunate that Mr. Benz has both. He's got the MBA, qualifying him for that aspect of the job as well as the medical background.
This comes amid a staffing shortage resulting in slow response times for about a year and a half. The board hopes a new executive director will help them bring in more employees.
We hope to instill in our medics that have been with us that we value them, we appreciate them, the community appreciates them and needs them.
The board also discussed customer satisfaction, which Vice Chairman Brett Steffen says, based on third-party surveys, is still good.
Clinical data has not wavered. When you receive an ambulance in the city, you can rest assured that you're receiving quality care every time.
Steffen hopes for a shift in focus as the end of the year approaches.
I think our focus from some folks have been on the negatives, but there's really a lot of positive things going on at TRAA. And I think we need to start focusing on that as we move forward and wrap up the end of the year.
And Benz has been a paramedic for about 20 years. 19 of those have been with TRAA, which he says will help him in this new role.
Kind of the driving force, I think, for everybody that gets into the field is really being there on somebody's worst day. And so I think this role is kind of more of a support role. Make sure that those folks that show up when you call, when you're, when it's your worst day, and you call 911, that somebody shows up. And so this is the role that kind of makes sure that happens behind the scenes. So I'm looking forward to taking it on. And I think there's been some headwinds, but I'm up to the challenge.
And at this time, Benz is not sure how this will affect his position on County Council. And coming up in our next half hour, you'll hear more about TRAA paramedics and just how important they are to the organization. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Kelsey Mannix, Fox 55 News.